welcome to episode 45 of the Minnie Show. I'm Mama Mouse Cynthia, and these are my two Minnie Mice. We just want to say for those of you that are listening to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Spotify, you can also watch us on YouTube and Facebook. In addition, we love to interact with all of our Instagram followers, so make sure you guys are following us at the Minnie Mice. As we mentioned in our previous podcast, we wanted to do something a little different this week, and what better way than to get this whole quarantine dole going than to let's just start doing some virtual podcasts. So that's what we decided to do, and here we are. But we just want to introduce you guys really quick. If you guys have been following us for a while, you know our next guest. He is an amazing human being. We love him. He's our friend. So please help us welcome Rylan Sluiter, the Disney monster. Yeah!
Hello! This is so cool. This is the first time I've ever done like a broadcast over the internet kind of thing. So thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. We're so excited to have you. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing really good.
How have you been during this quarantine?
This quarantine has been really interesting. I don't think any of us were prepared for any of this. I feel like the most prepared I got is when I was able to find some toilet paper. That's when I felt pretty prepared, and some paper towel and some eggs. But you know, I'm good. I feel very, very fortunate to be okay right now. Actually, I should say I just feel really fortunate to be okay, and I can't help but like constantly think about the people that are not okay. So it's hard to say like, oh, I'm great, quarantine's great, you know, because it's when there's a lot of other people around you that are not okay. So it's every day is different, you know. I think in the beginning I was like constantly watching the news, trying to figure out what was going on. And I think a lot of people were doing that too. I think a lot of people were watching the news more than ever when this started happening. And there definitely got to a point where I had to pull myself away from it just because I felt like I was obsessing over it. And
which is easy to do.
It's so easy to do, yeah. And just so many different opinions and just everything is just all over the news. So recently I've actually pulled back from watching the news. I mean, I'm still keeping myself very aware of what's going on because I think that's super, super important. But pulling myself away from it and just trying to fill my days with more positive vibes than negative. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I mean, like I'm here. We're Marcus and I, we're healthy, we're safe, my family, my friends, and yeah, so surviving awesome. and doing okay. Yeah.
Good spirits, which is awesome, and I think that's great. Just for those of you that are watching that have not seen or heard of Rylan, which I don't see how you cannot, just real quick, going back, we met Rylan a couple of years ago. And well, first we started following him on Instagram. And when we were following him, he had this long, beautiful brown hair.
Oh my gosh. And I just found a picture, like a video of me taking off a hat. And I had my long hair and I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of miss it. Anyway, sorry. Keep going.
I feel like it was red.
Was it red when you guys met me?
No, it was red.
Well, when we first started following you, there was a picture of you. I know it was near like the Monsters Inc. ride. You were like up against a rail and you had a shirt on. And I mean, you were just.
I had a shirt on? I'm just kidding.
I mean, like, I think you were like repping for a brand.
If I had red hair, you guys, then I was feeling my Archie Andrews moment right there. Like I wanted to be Archie Andrews.
Yeah.
My first picture I saw you was the one of you wearing the Christmas Story shirt, and it was like Toy Story.
That's the one I'm talking about.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Oh, then we saw the same one.
Yeah, that's the picture.
I was like, he's so cute.
And then so we started following you instantly. We loved your feed. It was great. And then one day we were walking. It was on a trip, and we were walking in the Esplanade. No. Yeah, because we saw him walking out.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. Yes.
And I'm like, oh. Yeah,
I thought we were talking about the shop.
No. That when we saw him for the first time, and I felt like such a creeper, but I was like, I have to say hi to him. I like just have to go. And we hauled tail into DCA, and we were like, couldn't see you. Let's just go through 5 and Dime and see if we can. And that's where we found you. And you were super sweet. You were, I mean, just the way you were on camera is how you were with us, which we really appreciated. And then like, oh, we follow you. And you're like, oh, I'll follow you back. But at the time, I was like, no, he's not gonna follow us back.
Oh.
No, he did it on the spot. I feel like he looked for Instagram right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys made me feel really special that day. Really
well,
special.
you were just so fun, and it was exciting. It was just a fun moment that I'll always remember, and just, I mean, it's great. And then you gave us our first like big moment as the Mini Mice, not gonna lie, and that's the thing we'll never forget. I remember the day that you did a story. You were walking to work. You were in Beverly Hills, and you shouted us out and told people to listen to us, and our following went up. And I'm forever grateful for that moment. So thank you. So much.
Well, I mean, just like you guys, like remembering that day, like I remember it too. Like I really try to remember all my interactions with anybody, you know, anyone, or any positive interaction. I try to remember, I should say. And yeah, I mean, that was just such a fun day. I'm so happy you guys stopped me. If you didn't stop me, we wouldn't be here. So thank you.
And now you're one of my best friends, and Marcus is Sienna's best friend. Like we love you.
It's wild how stopping me and just saying hello, and how it's grown into this like a really amazing, authentic relationship, friendship. Yeah, it's just really great. And then I was gonna say something about, I forget though. Anyways, keep going. Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
One thing to have you, but then to have Marcus also,
cherry
like,
on top.
Are you kidding me? How could I like have double? I don't know. This is too good.
For anyone that doesn't know, Marcus is my boyfriend, and when I introduced Marcus to the Mini Mice, it was like love at first sight. Like we all just became such good friends. So it was amazing that.
It was on Sienna's birthday. We always say Marcus is Sienna's birthday gift.
Aww.
We were like, you're right.
And he was like, we know. He was like, I know you guys. Like we just knew.
We got photos.
Bunch of photos.
And that was the day Anissa got on the ground and took a picture of him.
Oh yeah, like lower. Like if your ears are not touching the concrete in Pixar Pier, then you're not doing a good job being a Disney photographer. Like,
right. And I was wearing.
When Disneyland opens, we're going back, and I will be on the ground taking photos because I miss Disneyland so much. I miss it.
So speaking of Disney, I have a question for you. Obviously, I mean, probably a dumb question, but two-part question. One, are you missing Disney? And two, if so, what are you doing right now to get your Disney fix?
First question, am I missing Disney? Yes, I miss Disney so much. I miss Disneyland, I should say. I miss Disneyland, and I miss DCA a lot. It's almost like I kind of like look back and I'm like, did I take it for granted that I had so many options to go versus now where like we're not allowed to go at all? People are breaking in just to get their Disney fix. I'm like, you shouldn't be breaking in, but I kind of understand why you did. I think you put that in your story, actually. I thought that was funny. But how am I getting my Disney fix? Well, besides living Disney and being like a Disney advocate and enthusiast, like just through my daily work and job, watching Disney movies. We watched the day that Onward came out. I just purchased it. I was so excited for any Pixar movie, so I purchased it. Thankfully, we loved it. You know, just being on Instagram, like all of my Instagram friends are huge Disney lovers. So even if I go on Instagram, I know I'm gonna get a Disney moment. You know, so it's not only just like my daily like routine at home and just like spending nights watching movies, but it's also when I go onto social media and I see it constantly in my face, which I think is fantastic. And speaking of like people doing it on social media, the TikToks are just absolutely wild of all these people really creating moments of theme park moments in their homes. And I have to say, it is so emotional when I do see the people that have that had all these plans to come out here and they have got, ruined, because of the virus. And I just feel so bad for people that can't experience it. And I truly hope that people can like at least come back, next year or something. Like I seeing it on TikTok, especially where they're doing like the ride walkthroughs. Yeah. It just goes to show you how big Disney is.
Right. Yeah.
Like, this thing is bigger than I think we ever imagined for people to actually recreate moments. So.
Oh yeah, totally. And I mean, just the amount of memes coming out of COVID-19 are gonna last forever. And just like you said, the TikToks and all the movies or the videos of like people recreating the rides, and just it's insane how talented these people are, how creative these people are. It's awesome.
And I'm like, oh, they got a lot of time on their hands. And I say that like with no negativity. I literally say it as a statement, like, they got a lot of time on their hands. Good for them. Like, if you can do it right now, create a theme park in your apartment, create a theme park in your home, you know? I mean,
Right.
I'm waiting for like Splash Mountain like remake.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a Big Thunder, or I can never get this name right for the ride. Lord help me. Big Thunder Run. You all know I have a problem with this ride. I can never name this ride.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, right?
Thunder Mountain Railroad?
Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain.
They gotta cut it down. That's too long. They gotta like abbreviate it or something so that I can remember.
People either say Big Thunder or Thunder Mountain.
Okay, Big Thunder. So I'm waiting for a Big Thunder one. The Haunted Mansion one was so good, though.
That one was really good. That one was really good. Well, if anyone has a swimming pool, they should do Splash Mountain.
Yeah. So that's how I'm getting my Disney fix.
Awesome.
Good. Okay, next question. When did you start your shop and why?
So it's a little confusing because I didn't like really officially start the soda shop, which is my brand is soda, and then I just call it the soda shop. I didn't really start that like mainstream until the beginning of 2019. But I started my like pin journey probably at the end of, well, I guess towards the beginning, like the beginning of 2018, I kind of started diving into pin making. So I would say like my company was fully established in 2019 because that's when I got like all of my like taxes and business info sorted out, because that is a whole other story that I had no idea existed. That I had no idea existed, that now I know, and I've conquered that. So we became official in 2019 to officially answer that question properly. 2019 Soda Shop began. And actually in 2019 is when I brought Simon Povey, who is the artist behind most of the artwork for Soda, and he started in 2019. So we had our year anniversary 2020, and he's on his second year working with me, and we couldn't be happier. It's great.
You guys are amazing. You guys are a killer team together. You guys are just awesome.
I could not do this. I mean, I couldn't do it without him. He is. It's wild too. Like when I say it's wild, I truly mean it's wild, because, you know, when you have an idea, think of this idea. If you can give it to someone and they could literally make it exactly the way that you wanted it, that's insanity. Like he will do, like I will do an inspiration board, and I give him my inspiration board, and the results that come back is exactly what I envisioned. It's almost like Simon lives in my brain. And I think that's why we have very, very similar personality traits, you know, so I think also that helps. And actually I get this question a lot, like, is if I want to get into pin making, what's the number one tip you can give me? And the number one tip I can give you, besides provide amazing customer service, is make sure that if you're working with an artist, you have the most authentic relationship that you have with them. Because if you do not have a good relationship with your artist, your pin work I think it'll reflect. So it's very important for me, for everyone to know that Soda Shop is not just me, it's Simon, it's all of the collectors. It's a huge team. Like, if you're sitting there watching this and you're a collector of mine and you think that you're not part of my team, you're wrong. You are a huge part of my team. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sorry, Sienna, next question.
That's okay.
What's the product or design you ever made to sell?
What's my favorite one?
First.
Oh, okay. My first one is the Ariel Pennywise mashup that I did with my good friend Suzette Saraiva. When I started doing pin making, I had the honor pleasure to work with a artist named Suzette Saraiva, monstrous on Instagram, who truly just saw something in me. I don't know how, but she saw something in me because she's an amazing artist. She actually, if you have time, please go look at her. She creates little mini homes of famous horror movies like Psycho. Oh my gosh, you name it, she does it. So when I originally wanted to start pin making, and when I started this, you guys, I did not think that this would grow into what it's become. I had no freaking idea. It was just literally me standing at my retail work on Rodeo Drive. So, you know, that's a whole thing. Which I was thankful for, you know, I'm thankful for that part of my life. But I just remember standing there and I was like, what if I mashed up Ariel and Pennywise because Ariel has red hair? It was literally the thought that I was like, okay. So I sketched it out, and then I messaged Suzette because I had actually purchased some of her product before, a big fan of hers prior to starting Soda. And I just asked her, and she said she would work on some commissions for me. And
Wow.
the rest is history. So my first design is Ariel Pennywise, the SS Flounder design. And I retired the design, I believe it was this year, I retired the design. I finished with a pastel variant of the pin. So we won't see that design come back as a pin, but maybe as some other stuff. So yeah, that's my first design.
That's awesome.
Okay. What is your favorite part of what you do?
So my favorite part of what I do, I mean, there's so many things I love, everybody. Like I wake up every day so happy. Like I mean, just to kind of give you a backstory, I've been working in retail since I was 15 years old. I started off at Vons in Toluca Lake here in California, and I was a courtesy clerk, 5 a.m. to 2 every morning. I was your courtesy clerk. I packed up groceries for James Marsden and Jennifer Love Hewitt when I was like 15 years old. And that was a moment to remember. I was like, Ghost Whisperer, I know you did last summer. Oh my, it was amazing. But she didn't recognize, she didn't see me. Why would she recognize me? I was 15. But ever since 15 years old, I've been working in retail. So, and like working like on the floor. So, you know, leaving that part of retail, leaving the floor part, it was really different. And it's nice that I can like do it from on my own time and behind my own computer, behind my own phone, because I already invested so much of my own time into my social media account and into my friends on social media. So to ask me if there's one thing that I love about this, I don't have one thing. There's so many things I love about this. I love talking to my collectors. I love waking up every morning and posting stories. I love getting reactions from people and seeing what they like about the art, what they don't like about the art. I love making people think, wait, what is that? You know, like, did he really just do that? Yeah, we really just did that. You know, like, I love that part. I love working with Simon. It's amazing, like to be able to give someone an inspiration board and for them to give it back to you and be like, this is what you wanted, right? And I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted. You know, shipping pins, as much as that might sound like, oh, you like, I love doing that. I tell you, when you find something that you love to do, you will not let it go. There is nothing that can get in the way of me and what I do right now, because I'm meant to do this. I truly feel like I'm meant to do this. So I love it. It's my passion. It's my passion. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, there's no hiding that, and you're so good at it. Like it's like you were born to do this. Like, honestly. And then your attention to detail and the fact that you're such a perfectionist, your customer should know that they are getting the very best product out there, because us as your friends know how particular you are with your attention to detail. So when you're getting something from Rylan, you know it's top notch and it's perfect and unflawed, and it's coming from a great guy. Like,
no, I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
What is your favorite design you ever made?
Well, it's like I always want to. Like, a part of me always wants to go to that Ariel Pennywise design, because I just like it was such a big moment for me just in my life because I had no clue that people would like it so much. So I always kind of like attract myself. Like if people ask me, "What's your favorite design?" I'm always Ariel Pennywise, Ariel Pennywise. But I have to say that the Alice in Wonderland Beetlejuice, that thing is like so freaking cool. Like I did a green hair glitter variant, LE25, and I had no clue that that would look so freaking cool. Like it came out so awesome. And so I think besides the Ariel Pennywise or Ariel Wise, as a lot of my collectors call it, it's definitely got to be the strange, unusual, and wonderful design, which is the Pennywise or the Alice Beetlejuice.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I have it on a water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls have the stickers on their water bottles. And we got patches.
I have
Pins,
my vanilla piece screen.
Sienna's wearing her sweatshirt.
Sorry, I have to wash it. Oh, I just said my vanilla piece screen pin. I have it in my room.
Oh yeah, that one's a good one.
We're honestly obsessed with you without trying to be weird. Like we're honestly obsessed with you, and
weird.
You even inspire us. Like just so that you know the impact that you have on us and people watching, the impact that Rylan's had in our life. Sienna, who was the biggest chicken of everything in the entire world, is now an honest to God Disney monster.
I wouldn't watch anything.
She is
all right. Yeah.
And then like we started a small shop and Rylan inspired us to have like our own little like horror section of our shop. I mean, because you're just that special to us and you're such an inspiration. So like you're amazing. We are genuinely thankful and grateful for you and to know you and just to be part of like the friendship that we have. Like never think for a second we take that for granted because we don't. So
yeah.
I never do. And you guys know how much you guys mean to Marcus and I, and just you guys are amazing. I'm really happy I can inspire. I feel like it's hard to get inspired on social media sometimes. Like, you kind of look at your people you follow and you think like, who do I look up to? Like who is it that I'm following that I can like watch every day and be like, yeah. And I have my certain people that I watch I watch you guys every day. I watch some of my idols that I turn to on Instagram. So, I try to be authentic. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I've said things I shouldn't have. I've done things I shouldn't have done, but I'm freaking human. So like I'm bound to make mistakes, and I'm glad I've made mistakes as I've learned from them. So, to hear that I'm inspiration, to hear that you look up to me in that sense with starting your small shop, that's amazing. And when I started pin making, I was inspired by quite a few people, and I don't think they'll ever understand how they inspired me, and that's okay. They don't need to. But overall, I'm just really happy that I can come on to like any sort of social media platform and bring joy to people's day. Sometimes when I'm on Instagram, I'm talking a lot, but sometimes when I'm on Instagram, like I feel like I'm talking too much, like I'm interacting too much, and I'll say it to myself in my head, like you've talked too much today. Like people are going to look at your stories and think that you have Morse code at the top of your at the top of your phone. But then I get those messages that people say like, I just want to let you know that you brighten my day. You really do make my day better. And
have this energy.
Isn't that what social media is for? Aren't we supposed to go on there and lift up people? I see so many people bring each other down on social media, especially in the Disney community. And it's just so sad. I mean, like, are you really that bored where you have to combine drama and Disney? They just don't go together. So don't use it for a good thing. So as long as I'm using it for a good thing, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for sure.
Don't stop what you're doing. I don't think it's too much because when people love you or you love something or someone and you're interested in all your customers, I'm sure they want to see the daily life of Rylan, and the fact that you invite people in to see who you are, what you're doing. I mean, people love that. So I actually think it's really smart that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, I think it's important too, especially because I am running an online shop and I'm constantly doing pre-sales. So a lot of people are giving me their money without any product in their hand. So I think that if I'm going to do something like that, I think my relationship with everyone on Instagram that, or for the people that do want to take the time to get to know me and pre-sale or buy from my pre-sales, I think I should be constantly interacting with them, you know? So I appreciate you telling me not to stop, because I think it's one thing that I'm really passionate about is making sure that the relationship between myself and my collector, between myself and the people that follow me, between myself and all of you, that it's authentic, that it's not fake, that's all real.
We have a comment right here from Jane Friday. She says, yeah, don't worry about being too much. I think we all do, but authentic is authentic. And I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Thanks, Jane.
It's your Instagram. It's not anybody else's. So if you want to,
that's right. If they ain't paying your bills, don't pay them no mind.
Exactly. It's yours.
Love that. Love
That's
that.
a quote from RuPaul.
Yeah. And could I just say really quick though, you have amazing following and customer, I don't want to say fan base, but like your customers are so loyal. Like you literally sell out within minutes. Like literally, like your stuff, I'll watch a story and then the next story is sold out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Rylan, you're killing it.
And I swear every time, thank you. Every time I do a pre-order, I'm sweating. I swear everyone that if you're a pre-seller of mine and you're watching this, I am sweating, I'm farting, I'm having anxiety like no other, because I am still, and I will always be so humble to everything that has happened. I still will even say to Marcus and my mom and my dad, I'm like, I can't believe that I have all of these amazing people that just love what I do. I'm shook every day. I'm shook. So, and you know, I was watching a documentary once, and someone did say that the reason why they felt like that person was so successful, that person was doing so well, is because they never let it get to their head. You know, they never did. I mean, in the beginning, when I started pin making, when I started getting like more attention, it was really exciting for me. Like I was so excited, and nothing like that had ever happened to me in my life. Nothing like that had happened to me. So like in the beginning, it was like, I felt like I was on cloud 9. And then you start to get into your like swing of things, and you start to see like, okay, this is what everyone wants. This is how you're supposed to react in certain situations. So it's just every single time I do get a sellout, every time I get like a good result. Like tomorrow, I have a profile pin going on sale for pre-order. It's Fantasy Ariel in her nightgown, and I kid you not, I'm so nervous about that sale. Not that I'm nervous it won't sell out or anything like that. I'm just nervous. You know, it's just exciting and nervous, and hoping that it does well, and hoping for that same reaction that I get. So. You know, but then there's also that, there's also that like mentality that I think kind of gets in the way of like your vision. It's like the sellout whole thing. It's like, if I don't sell out, then you didn't do a good job. And if there's any creators watching this, I just have to say, like, avoid that mentality, because not every design is going to be a hit, and that's okay. Like, pin the other day. It was a very niche pin, and it wasn't my fastest selling, it wasn't my greatest selling, but I knew that that design was special to some people out there. And if you're a creator watching this, that's all that matters. As long as the design is special to at least 10 or 15 people, that's all that 5 people, that's all that matters. Right. So avoid a sellout mentality, because if you think that you need to sell out every single time, it won't get you far. You know, figure out what your customers want, figure out what your customers like, you know, get their needs, and then attack the sold out mentality. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I love how humble you are. Like, honestly, the fact that you get so nervous, I think is the cutest thing in the entire world. Because me as your friend, I'm like, Rylan, do you not, I know you see it, but because you're so humble, but to me, I'm like, do you not see how perfectly wonderful you are and talented you are. Like, of course it's sold out. But you're like, well, and I love that you're like that. You're such a genuine person. Don't ever
Thank
change.
you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I ever will. I think I've had too much trauma growing up and like with like bullies and stuff to ever be some like gloated, like, I'm the best and I know it's gonna sell out. Like, no, it's not like that. It'll never be like that. Slap me across the face if I'm ever like that, okay? Please.
I will.
I give you permission.
Awesome. Okay, what do you see your goal being for the shop? For your shop?
So I think my goal for the shop is just to keep it alive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of people, not a lot, but some people are like, aren't you afraid you're going to run out of ideas? And yeah, sure. I'm always afraid I'm going to run out of ideas. But what's so wild is that every day I wake up with a new idea. So it's insane. I'm like, this ADHD that I have is actually working to my advantage, unmedicated. But I just want to start doing collections. I guess that's the one thing that I want to start doing. Because I love that I have my limited edition pins and I've started going to open edition pins, which opens up a whole new door to people that don't collect limited edition pins, because limited edition pins they're pricey. So I'm happy to open up this new door where it's more and it's less expensive pins, but still has that really authentic soda Rylan Disney monster feel to it. But when I say collections, I'm meaning like I want to come out in the future with like a collection that features a phone case, a purse, and maybe an open edition pin, so that you could really go in there and be like, oh, like I can get a phone case to match my purse and a pin to match my phone case and match my purse. So just development. I mean, one day at a time, right? But just developing the brand and you know, I think when I started making non-horror pins, I think that opened up a new door too, which I love because I got to meet a lot of people that just only like Disney, which is a huge part of just me. You know, I'm not just like some Disney horror obsessed person. Like I really do love the daintiness and the beauty and the happily ever after moments in Disney. You know, I love happy endings, but I also love blood and guts and gore and all that gross stuff too. So
yeah,
coming. I have lots planned, just one day at a time, you know?
Yeah, and I think your doll collection definitely shows that side of you too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that about me, actually.
Why don't you share that really quick?
I'm a massive doll collector. I've been collecting dolls since I was, how old am I? I'm 30. I've been collecting dolls. Well, I played with dolls when I was a little boy, but I officially like hardcore started collecting them, I want to think like 5 years ago, maybe a little bit less. So I have this massive collection of limited edition Disney dolls, and unfortunately they're in a storage unit. But one day when I have a house.
Oh, you will. You will.
One day.
I see that. I see that for sure. Definitely see that. Is there anything that you want us to know, your followers to know? Anything, just what's going on?
I got a lot of good stuff coming. That's what I want you all to know.
Okay.
So much fun stuff
share.
coming. So just recently I did put out some new patches and I brought them here. They're in the shop right now. So we have this one. And the reason why I started bringing out more patches is because I had so many requests to bring them back. And I didn't realize, but the thing that people love about my patches is how big they are. These are 6 inch, yeah, they're 6 inches tall, and I call them monster patches. And they're iron-on. They have amazing quality thread, and that's something that I'm continuously trying to really make sure I'm on top on is quality. I think that's one things too that I'm super picky about is quality. I come from high-end retail, so I just always have that thought like it's got to just be like pristine. I also started doing a pastel variant line. And the reason why I did a pastel variant line was to bring back a lot of the original designs that actually I did with Suzette. This is prior to Simon coming onto the team. but I did a lot of designs that a lot of people really still want. So in order for me to still stick within my own limited edition guidelines, because if I make something and it's limited edition in a certain color wave, I'm not going to bring it back in that same color wave later because it's only a limited run of that color and that design. So the way that I'm doing it now is I did glitter variants and I did pastel variants, but glitter variants are almost wrapped up. But for the pastel variants, I have some ones I'm going to show you on camera. I haven't shown anyone these, so I'm really excited to show you guys this first. And these are all coming out within this year, maybe next year. I'm in no rush to sell them. So it's just when it's the right time, you know? So we have the pastel.
Oh, that was
beautiful.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Worried about doing pastel colors, especially like you can see that the black is like a pastel on Cheshire Cat and then also on her dress, but it works great. So we have the Alice.
gorgeous. It's a different look.
Yeah. And then this one is so amazing, and I've always loved this design, and this is the next design that I'm actually coming out with for my purse. Not this color wave, but the original color wave, but it's the Bride of the Frankenfrog, and this is a pastel, and I love her milky skin and her pretty pastel lips.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that background too, that pretty blue pastel. So pretty. And then we have Prom Queen Pansy.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's really good. And what's really great about these is that, you know, even though I am bringing back the design, I still want to keep it very limited. So a lot of these have an LE of only 25. Some of them have an LE of only 30. So I truly feel like if you get your hands on one of these, it's good for you. You know, that's awesome. And then I also have the Wanna Play pastel variant of Merida as Chucky from Child's Play. Oh, look, and then Sienna, you have the original color up. There you go. So you all can really see the difference in the colors. Yeah. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you all this one. This is another really popular design that a lot of people missed when it first released, but it's a variant of the Bippity Boppity Boogeyman. So it's Cinderella and Michael Myers. And this one, you have the original, right?
Yeah, I have the original. It's in the studio though right now.
But we also have the variant.
And we have the glitter variant. So yeah.
There you go. But yeah, so those are all coming. I'm really excited for them. I mean, yeah, I guess like the one thing I just want to let everyone know is just I'm not going to stop. I love this, and you all inspire me. So it's just gonna keep going. Gasp.
Friday says gasp. I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you come up with the names for the pins, like the Bippity Boppity Boogeyman? Do you just come up with them?
I just come up with them. I never claim any of my product to be Disney. You know, everything's Disney inspired, but that's something that's like really important that people understand, is that this is all just for fun. It's fan art. It's parody. So when I do think of the names, I just want to make sure that I'm not including anything official. But I think that if you can read something Bippity Boppity Boogeyman, you know, like the two connections. And if you understand Michael Myers and the Halloween universe, then you understand that Michael Myers is known as the Boogeyman. But yeah, I just like the Ariel Pennywise, Ariel-wise, I didn't come up with that. My collectors did. So it became some sort of like thing that just became in the community. I don't know who started it, but like Prom Queen Pansy, you know, Rapunzel as Carrie from the movie. I wanted to make sure. Oh yes, this one's good. What's that one's called again? I forget the name of it.
This one, I know he's.
Oh, make it red, make it green. That's right.
Yeah.
So it's. Oh yeah, the Beauty Twins. So I don't know. I just come up with the names. It was just like, I think when you love horror and you love Disney as much as I do, it just comes. And that one is the Build a Snowman. The Anna from Frozen as Annabelle.
Annabelle, love.
I love that one. So
me too. I love the early designs so much because it's just like a reminder of where it all kind of began, you know?
You're so out there now that I've been at the parks and I'll spot one of your bags or I'll spot a pin and it's just like instant Disney Monster. Disney Monster. Disney Monster.
It's wild.
The day we wore our fanny packs that are from Rylan, Disney Monster, we got so much attention. Oh my God, where'd you get that? Oh my God, where'd you get that? So like,
work.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her fanny pack. You should be like, it's by the Disney Monster. Those are coming back. So I'm bringing back the fanny packs. I know, I'll give you some cards. I'm bringing back the fanny pack in a new collage. And the fanny packs, when I first released them, they were not going up to the size that I wanted to. So just for anyone watching, I am reevaluating the measurements on the fanny pack so they could be more friendly to all body types.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah. But honestly, when I do see people in the parks wearing your stuff, it's like one of those proud mama moments. I feel like I'm like, oh, I know him. I'm so proud of him. Yes, you're wearing something. Like I just have like that proud mom moment where I get so excited. And I put the camera out and I'll take a video and I'll send it to you. I'm like, look.
Hey, and those moments, they never get bored. They never get old, I should say. Like, if I go to Disneyland or DCA and I see, like, my purse, if I see a pin or anything, I'm always like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
And, like, sometimes I'll, like, go up to them, I'll be like, hey, nice bag. And they'll be like, oh my gosh. I'll be like, I love you. Give me a hug. And I give him a hug, and I just like, I'm kind of like, I bet after all this, the virus, I probably won't be able to give too many hugs at Disneyland, but in due time. Free hugs.
You can hug
Corona free. Corona free. Free hugs.
Oh, I love it. Is there anything that you want to add or ask before? Oh, we have a question, or we have a comment. So you should make a mystery bag pin collection like me. Ooh.
You know, that's so interesting that they write that. Collect the toys, because I saw some pin collectors, really amazing creators. Sorry, not pin collectors. Well, they're pin collectors too, but I saw some pin creators. They created their own blind bags. And actually, I was telling Marcus the other night, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I made my own blind bags? Like, it's just so fun. Like, from this question inspiring me, from me seeing other creators do something that can inspire me, to, you know, blind bags I open up, try to every Sunday, to inspire that question. So it's definitely something I want to do in the future. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Like, honestly, I think that's a great idea. That's so cool. Is there anything else you'd like to add that you want people to know? Or are you...
Yes, there's a couple things. I always get asked if my Pennywise Ariel bag is going to come back in stock. And the answer is yes. I wasn't going to restock that, but it's just been so many people have been requesting it. So, you know, you got to give what your customers, give them what they want. So I think towards the holidays, towards October, I will be reintroducing the Pennywise Ariel bag in 2 colors, I think.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, other than, you know, thank you for having me, and for everyone that came from my Instagram and is watching this, that came from your Instagram that's watching this. Thank you so much. Taking the time out of your day. Sit down with us. Thank you.
All your followers. We appreciate, and to our followers who are watching. Where can people find you on social media?
So on Instagram, I'm just at the Disney Monster, and then TikTok, I'm at the Disney Monster. I'm a new TikToker. It's a lot of fun and kind of addicting. And then if you want to shop, you can just go ahead and visit www.sodashop. That's soda with an A between the O and the D. Sodashop.com. And then there you'll find a bunch of fun.
We cannot thank you enough. We love you. We appreciate you. We wish you well. You don't stop because you inspire us, and it's a never-ending cycle of just positive energy, and you bring so much joy and so much light.
Don't stop,
and we love you.
Look what happened when you didn't stop. All this happened.
Whoa. Now that is something to take away from this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. If it wasn't for people like all of you, and if it wasn't for people like I have here, like, leaving comments, and my follower or my collectors, my friends, I don't really like to call them followers, but my friends here on Instagram, if it wasn't for people like you guys, like, this wouldn't be possible, and I wouldn't be here. So I truly truly appreciate everything you all say for me, everything you've done for me. You all make me feel like a superstar, and I love you all so much.
You are. When you love someone, it's easy to talk about them the way we talk about you, because we honestly love you, and you are definitely worthy of it all. So I know you're humble, but enjoy it, bask in it, because you deserve it. And we love you. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Spotify. For those of you watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. We are the Minnie Mice Show. Make sure you guys check us out at the Minnie Mice on all social media. Until next time, be kind and spread some magic.
Magic.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Bye.
Wash your
everybody.
hands. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Gary V. Be kind and spread some magic.
You did it.
That was